Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Empire Building with your host, Master Vini MC, and as always, it is a pleasure to have you all here with me today. So let's dig right into the work. Make sure we got our helmet back on. Last episode, we talked about how we went into the Nether, and how I really want to be finding myself a Nether fortress. But the difficulty involved in hunting one down is that guests are evil, vicious creatures, and a bow is really the only way to deal with them. So I got a bow, but what I don't have is arrows. Because I don't have a skeleton grinder or any way to easily access them. So I've only got about half a stack, so I said at the end of last episode that I was going to start working on chicken farming. Because if I get myself an abundant supply of chickens, then I can simply make... No, jerk. Suffocating in the walls. I hate that glitch. Then I can make myself a bunch of arrows by crafting them. So I've set up here a temporary mass chicken farm. I intend to let this pit get out of control, and that's fine. I've been breeding them every few minutes, but in the meantime, I've been trying to be productive. So I've been kind of gathering resources and preparing this area over here. Now this area is a valley. It's the bowl. Bowl. Just on the other side of the 008 mining camp in the ridge there, and we'll get a decent view from it in our house, which is currently under construction up there at the top of the mountain. But what we're gonna be calling this from here on out is the Villager Bowl, and you guys will appreciate why, I think, by the end of this episode. So what I want to do is I want to hop up here, and I want to just give you guys a quick overview of the terraforming that I will be doing, and then I want to kind of do a before and an after picture, if that makes sense. So this bowl roughly shaped area here, I've cleared out all the grass. I've made it a little bit flatter. There was kind of an indent here, and it was deeper over there. And I made it a little bit more uniform. And then there was a big floating chunk of junk here that we got rid of. That was just kind of pre-planning. What I'm going to do from here on out is turn this into a roughly rounded, large dish. And the point of that is going to be that it's going to be at least too high all the way around. In such a... Hi, creepy guy. You can go in now. Why am I... Oh. Jerk. I better not die. I probably won't. I got enough health. The tracking on these guys is ridiculous these days. Where were we? Oh yeah, the Villager Bowl. Cool. So I'm going to get to work, and I'm going to round it out, and then I'm going to use this gravel, and the first thing we're going to do today is I want to lay out the roads that will be in the village, and that's what we'll be working on while we get our chickens farming. We'll probably just get the prep started on the Villager Bowl today, and then next episode we'll head back into the Nether. But that's enough yapping. I'm going to get to digging around here, and I will see you guys in just a few minutes. Welcome back, guys. It's been seconds for you and a few hours for me. But I got a whole heck of a lot done, so yeah, I want to take you through the tour on what we have thus far. Right now we are standing on the roof of the mining camp, or the back of the mining camp next to the bell tower, and we're looking down into what I've decided to call the Villager Bowl. This will be home to lots of my little villager friends in future episodes. The reason why I spent today working on this particular project, when what we're really going to be doing is going into the Nether, is that I needed to kill some time while I had some chickens farming. so that I could put together arrows. But yeah, so in order to contain all of the villagers, I've taken some measures to make sure that they can't escape. This is the first measure here. These are just fence gates in the door. Villagers won't be able to use them. And then this entire area here has at least 2 high walls all around it throughout this entire enclosure, so that they won't be able to hop out and their pathfinding will not find them anywheres. And I blocked off all the dangers over here, like this cave system and little things like that. So each one of these grass lots that you see divided up here in between the gravel pathways, each one of these will be a little house or a farm or something, someplace that my little villager friends will be able to call home. And we'll come back to this in a little bit. But a nifty little thing happened. We found this little guy wandering around, and he picked up an egg. And because he's a mob carrying an item, he won't despawn. So we will be able to cure this villager zombie, and he will become one of our first villagers here. And that'll be a lot easier than bringing in other villagers, because I happen to know that in any given direction, it's a ways before you hit a village. So while I was clearing out this project, I was working on my chickens, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the sound because there's a lot of them down here. I've already killed several of them. And I've been collecting their eggs so that I can kind of restart this farm if I deplete it too much here. I definitely have enough chicken meat and feathers at this point that I feel pretty comfortable not needing this farm anymore. It's also not really in a spot that I want it to be in. Obviously it's right here in the middle of where I will later be building a house. So it needs to go for that reason later on. And these are just little babies. I'll let these guys grow up, that's fine, because they're not worth anything to me if I kill them now. But what we were really interested in here is our feathers, and we'll leave the rest of this down here for right now. I'll probably tear apart this farm off camera later and fill in the hole. But what I want to do right now, because I now have 31 levels, is I want to enchant a bow and craft some more arrows. I've been making some arrows off camera. There, as you can see, I have 3 stacks. At this point, I'm actually running out of flint. So that's my limiting factor in being able to make arrows at this point. I could break gravel in order to make it, but I've been storing the gravel in here, and as you can see, I actually used up a lot of the gravel to make these pathways. But for right now, I'm pretty content with the amount of ranged weaponry that I have. I feel like if I get a pretty decent enchantment on a bow right now, here's a new one, that I will feel really comfortable searching the nether. So I'm going to take you guys with me. I like to do enchantments on camera when I can, just because it's kind of like proof to you guys that everything that I do here is fairly legit. I don't just spawn in things. For instance, one enchantment that I did do off camera was actually this really badass sword. So just so you guys know, yeah, I'm really proud of that one. But I'm hoping that I also get an equally awesome enchantment on this bow. Pretty cool. Power 4 and punch 1. I would have liked flame personally. Not that it would have helped much going into the nether. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, that's a pretty good bow. And I've got a lot of arrows, so what I'm going to do is cut away here again. I'm going to get prepared, and then you guys will see me for the third and last part of this episode, hopefully discovering another fortress. So I will see you guys in the future. Alas, poor Yorick, we are in the nether and dead. Oh, that sucked really hard. Oh. Guys, that was terrible. I was doing pretty good, and I didn't quite need to take on the gas that I was taking on at the moment, but I did, and I got me killed, and I have chicken someplace. Is it raining out? Man, it's raining in the game, I mean. This is no fun. Okay, so, what I'm gonna do is run back and get my stuff, hopefully, here. Goodness gracious. I'm pretty sure that I can get back to it, and I want to take you guys with me because I feel like I can get back there in probably like the next minute or so. It's not too far out, and it will. When I get there, it'll give you guys an idea of how it is that I've been kind of dealing with the nether in general, and how it is that I tend to explore when I'm in the nether. Is that just a? That was totally whatchamacallit? Zombie pigman, yeah, there he is. Can I move? Thanks. Yeah, I was really thankful that I dropped up all this stuff from before. I grabbed this just in case, although, quite frankly, if I have to deal with a zombie pigman, I don't think it's going to end very well for me. So, what I do in order to find my way around the nether is I make a bunch of cobblestone half slabs, and I use those to build these walkways. These walkways do a few different things for me. First of all, they make very clear what is safe to walk on and what is not. Second of all, they provide me with a surface to walk on that is gas-proof, because gas can't blow up cobblestone blocks. And they're also really cheap to make, so I can put them pretty much everywhere. So, sorry about the noise there. It's my neighbors. They like to slam the door. But oh, actually, that brings up a good point. So I was up here and I fell down to there. So I need to find a healthier way to get down there. Come on, guys, stop slamming the door. Not really much I can do about that, sorry. There's certain elements of background noise that I cannot eliminate from my recordings. So, I hope this doesn't kill me. Ooh, pretty darn close. Yeah, there's all my things. Awesome. So, I am very glad that I built my walkways, because if I hadn't, quite frankly, I would have no idea where my stuff was. I would not have been able to find my way back, probably at all. So, 2 picks, diamond sword, awesome bow. Okay, I think I've pretty much recovered everything. Yeah, and I hear another ghast. So, I'm gonna venture forth a little bit more. And hopefully I will find a... curses. Eventually I will find a nether fortress. But this episode's actually running just a tad long, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say to be continued for the next episode. So I will pick up right here in the next episode, and I will take you guys with me adventuring for a change. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the future, and hopefully it's a future that involves less falling and dying. Keep your fingers crossed.